Guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, man. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and out and did it again. All right, today I'm answering some questions. This is one question that I got today on my email. It's like, Joe, I just have one question. I need you to keep it 100, which means be honest. For those people that don't know the streets, right? Okay, keep it 100. I know coding is lifetime learning, and I don't need to know this is in 3, 6, or 9, or even 12 months, right? So he don't need to know this, in this amount of time. He already knows it. But by the 14th month, right, after putting in the hours I'm gonna dedicate to this, right, will I be able to find a decent paid gig? Thanks. Plus, let me add, keep up the good work. This is going to pay itself. All for you. Keep hustling. All right. So, hey, man. Thanks for the kind words. Right. This is for everybody, guys. There's a message to every single person out there. Right. For you to become a successful developer, successful programmer, successful engineer, there's a few things that you need. You need, dedication, right? Dedication, being able to go out of your way, because it's very easy to say, hey, I'm a great developer at home, right? But you're at home. That's it, right? The second thing that you need is being able to go out of your way to get that job. A lot of people think that that's going to come to them just by being in their house and being good programmers. No, it doesn't work like that. There's a lot of guys who are really good programmers who don't have a job, and there's people who are pretty bad programmers who are working and making a lot of money, right? And why does that happen? A lot of times as people are insecure and they think like, oh man, I'm not ready, this and that. And then, companies need somebody to start working as soon as possible. So then comes the shitty developer who doesn't care, who just be like, hey, you know what, who's secure about himself and says, I'm going to go to the interview, and then he gets hired, right? So those are the things that you need, dedication, being able to go out of your way to learn this, doing this for the next, I think, to be honest with you, to get a starting junior developer position, you need 3 months, 3 to 6 months to get a decent job, right? Now, one thing that you have to understand, some people might be coming from other fields, like, let's say somebody's coming in and they do an example. This is just an example. Let's say construction, right? You earning $20-$30 an hour in construction. You're like, man, I want to leave construction and I want to start doing programming, whatever, right? You bust your ass working in programming, and then when you first get your job, you realize your first job is only willing to give you $40,000, right? And you're like, wait, what? I'm making way more than this in my regular job. Why would I switch to programming? I thought they were giving out $100,000 jobs out here. No, you have to start somewhere. Companies are not gonna put money on you, right? They're not gonna trust you and be like, hey, we're gonna give this person a whole bunch of money without no history, no way of you proving yourself. So you need the projects, right? Of course, you need the experience. So soon as you get in, it's easy to get an HTML and CSS job. You could literally search that online. There's a whole bunch of different jobs that need people that know HTML and CSS, right? So with a month or two, you could get a job. But you have to understand that it's not going to be a high paying job. It's a way to start. You could be there for 3 months, apply to another place, and double your salary. Because now that company that's going to hire you for double the amount that you're getting paid on your first job, they trust you because somebody else trusted you, right? They're not going to give you that chance unless somebody trusted you, right? Unless somebody trusts you and say, hey, man, we trust this guy with our website. We're going to let him work here for a few months, whatever. If you didn't have that, then don't expect a large payout, right? Don't expect like, oh, we're going to get so much money for my first job. It doesn't work like that, right? That's another thing. Another thing that I will say to you guys is stay focused. Stay focused on doing your projects. If you're on my website, knock out all the projects. Do the timeline, right? Do the timeline, right? Let's say you got to learn all this stuff. People try to come in and they're like, oh, I already know this stuff, right? They're like, oh, I already know HTML, CSS. A lot of times you don't, right? You did a couple of little websites here and there, but you don't know it. So my advice to you is come in, do the Atom text editor, right? Do the terminal for developers. Do learn HTML, CSS. Do everything in order. You don't have to do all the videos. Like you could literally go in, skip the things that you already know. If you already know it, just watch it for like a few minutes, skip the things that you already know, keep going to the next, keep going to the next until you catch up, right? So then you could get the full effect of the website. Don't come in thinking like, oh man, I sort of know CSS, so maybe I could just skip the HTML CSS because, I'll learn it on my way to, getting the, future-proof JavaScript. I learned it after future-proof JavaScript. Don't skip the steps. Come in, go step by step by step by step, and learn everything, right? Now, that's one of the things that I want to tell you guys. And you're going to succeed. Build the projects that we're building. Put the stuff like once you get to the coding Node.js like a pro master course, right? Pretty much you're going to come here and you're going to get to be able to build your portfolio. Use this project to push all your portfolio, all your projects that you have into your portfolio. Sorry, tongue twister. So put all your projects inside of your portfolio. So once you get to here, like I said, you're gonna do a whole bunch of different projects all throughout all of these, right? All of these are real projects. I did not come in here and be like, okay guys, let's just do a to-do app to do a to-do app. Let's do a little algorithm to do an algorithm. No, every single one of these is a project that you can show and say, hey, I built this, I built that, I built this, I built that, right? All of those things, you should add it to your Node.js course, right? Once we finish the Node.js course, add all your projects inside of that. From there, we're going to also put it in on how to push it to your live site, right? Your domain. Make sure you buy a domain. And you're going to be successful, guys. Trust me. Like, these are other things that I did to be able to be successful as a developer. These are the things that I did, and till this day, it's coming handy. You know what I mean? Like, all of these things, I'm doing it for a reason. But I want you guys to understand, it's like he was saying here, he's like, yo, just be honest with me. In 14 months, will I have a job? There is no guarantee unless you make it, right? When somebody comes in and tells you, oh man, this kid's lucky, he got a job, he did this and that. No. He made luck happen for him. You shouldn't take 14 months. I'll be honest, it shouldn't take you 14 months to get a job as a developer. It's between 3 to 6 months. 1 to 3 is just you going hard and learning everything that you need, right? 3 to 4 in those two freaking months is about building your projects and making sure your portfolio looks nice, making sure you have your LinkedIn set up, make sure that your resume is done. Those are the things that's happening between 3 and 4, right? That's it. By 5 or even before that, you're already going to interviews. But now it's on you to start going to interviews, and now it's on you to start pretty much preparing yourself for the interviews and going in secure. One thing about me, guys, like I tell you this, and you guys could see it. Guys, I go into interviews secure. My first interview, I was so insecure. I was like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna hire me. I don't know if I know this stuff. Now I go in there like, if you want me, you want me. If you don't want me, good. There's 2,000 other companies hiring. I don't need to be here, right? That's how you need to start thinking. When you go into a job interview, don't think like you need them. They need you because you're the talent. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. You know, so you have to be secure about yourself, secure about your skills, and be able to create an atmosphere for when you go into that room for that interview and you're like, create the atmosphere. Be like, yo, be secure. Smile. Talk to the person. Talk about code. They're going to ask you, what are the things are you into in programming? Be honest. Hey, I'm following this framework. I like this guy from YouTube, CodingPhase. I read blogs. I go on podcasts. I do this and that. So they know that you're in the community, right? And it's not just a guy who decided to go to a BS bootcamp or took a couple of courses and is like, hey, I just want to code and make some money. No, you have to be part of the community. They have to feel like you're part of the community. So that's why I tell you guys, also make sure you put that stuff on GitHub. Make sure you come here to CodingPhase.com. You hang out. Your name shows up. When people Google it, they see, oh, this person is part of the community. It's like you building a brand. You know what I mean? It's like one of the main reasons too why I started doing all this stuff is to build my brand. You know, there's only so much that I could have done as a regular developer, right? There's levels to this thing. There's levels to the sense of, hey, you're just a regular developer, you're Joe Schmo, the IT guy. That's it, right? Then from there, you take it to the next level. You create a library that everybody uses. Now, people look at you different. They're like, oh, cool. This guy, he has 2,000 stars on GitHub on one of his projects. Those things look good. You have a blog. People be like, oh, wow, he does tutorials online. Oh, you have a YouTube. Oh, wow, he does videos, so he really must know his stuff. Like, all of these things build your brand. This is not just a little thing where you be like, hey, I'm just gonna learn how to code and that's it. I'm just gonna show up somehow. I'm gonna get this job. Guys, one of the big things about this is this little guy called luck. Luck, what I call is my bitch, right? Because I make luck work for me, not the other way around. I don't be in my house thinking, oh man, I wish I was lucky. I wish I could do this and that. I wish I could get a job. Nah. I grab luck by the neck and just smash it out and be like, yo, we out. We gonna take this right now. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna be like, yo, we gonna do this no matter what. We gonna get this job. We gonna go and ace this interview. We're gonna go to this meetup. We're gonna, when people come in, they be like, oh man, I remember that guy. Right? So I make things happen. You have to make it happen too. You can't think there's no project, there's no website, there's no service out there that's gonna give you that drive. You gotta have a drive in you and say, hey, I want to get a job. I want this. And then at the same time, like I said in the beginning of the video, you have to be, comfortable with the idea that your first job is not gonna be great. If you can't get a job, it's because you're applying to the big jobs. You're not supposed to be going to those job interviews, and you know it. I'm not saying for you, buddy. I'm just saying, sorry, I sounded like I got mad. But it's true. There's people going to job interviews that they're not supposed to be going to. There's places where you know damn well you haven't put in the work, and you're going to job interviews there, and you know you're not going to get the job. There's places that it's guaranteed you're not going to get the job, right? Because you don't have the history, you don't have the resume, you don't have the degrees, you don't have, nobody trusted you. There's nothing on your resume that could show those people and be like, why would we choose you out of 2,000 people who want to come to this company, right? So what do? You got to build yourself. You have to go to the smaller jobs. Be like, hey, somebody wants somebody who does WordPress and just come in and edit the HTML and CSS for them. Do it. It might pay you $35,000, $40,000 a year. Do it. Do it for 3-4 months as you prepare yourself for your next job, right? You can come here and just learn this, from 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 5, let's say, HTML, CSS, responsive app, SaaS like a pro, like a pro. right? You come in, you could get a job with those skills. Are you gonna get paid top dollar? No. But while you got a job with the skills, while you at your job and you come home, you're learning the rest of the stuff. So you're preparing yourself for your next job, right? You could come in and get a job right away with this, but you have to come in and put in that time. You know, somebody else sent me an email and told me like, hey man, you know, I got hired in this company to do HTML, CSS. It's like, I forgot all of the other things that I learned from web development. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what was you doing when you got home? And it's like, oh, nah, just, you know, I was tired. We all tired. When you get home, you continue coding. You get home, you start practicing JavaScript. If you're good at HTML and CSS, practice JavaScript all day for 2 hours every time you come home. You come eat, relax. At 9 o'clock, from 9 to 11 o'clock at night, you do JavaScript every single night, even though you got a job, right? Once you get a job into your next level, you're a front-end developer, and you're doing, let's say, JavaScript and React, right, in your company. Now you're getting $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. Now, take your time, step it up, and learn the back end. Learn Node.js, learn PHP. Whatever route you decide to choose is up to you. But don't just stay home and be like, oh, I already learned what I needed to learn. Because if you want to keep growing, you have to keep learning. This never gonna stop. You're never gonna stop learning. You're always going to have that drive in you, and you need it to get a job, right? So it's what I tell you guys, man. It's not about how long it's gonna take you. You can do this and make it happen in a month. I'm being honest. In 1 month, you could get a job related to HTML and CSS. You could go in Indeed.com and find jobs that all they care about is like, hey, do you know HTML and CSS? Can you, you know, edit our products, or can you edit our paragraphs? That's all you have to do. You go in there, you get that job. As you build your resume and you build your skill set, you go and apply to the next job. That's how it is, guys. If you're looking for, hey man, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna spend $5, and then with $5 I spend on Joe, I buy 2-3 courses from Udemy, that's $10 each. I spend $35. You know, people come in here a lot of times and send me emails. Not saying about this guy because he's super cool. But there's people that send me emails and they be like, hey man, you know, I got this course, I got this course, got this course, this course. You know, it's like they spend $55, right, in total. And they think with $55, they're like, oh, they're gonna skill it and they're gonna, you know, make it in the world. And it's like, hey man, I invested all the money that I needed to invest. No. You have to invest time, which time is money in reality when you think about it. Nobody's going to give you that time back. So you only have to put in your time into this and dedication. So with all that said, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Go visit the website. Check out the links below. I got a whole bunch of links to Udemy courses, and to my website. You get 50% off on everything when you use my link. All right. Now, like I said, guys, don't be discouraged. It's just about just being honest with you guys. You can make this happen. I've seen it done with people in less than 2 months. In less than 2 months, I've seen people go on and get jobs related to HTML, CSS. And then 4 months later, then they go to a bigger company. It's like you going up the ladder in this world, kids. You can't be like, yo, think about it like this. The simplest way I could put it, imagine this. You come into Wendy's, right, and apply for a job. You're not going to get the manager's position unless you was fucking flipping burgers in the back. You're not going to get that. I'm being honest. You're not going to come in and skip the whole steps of being an employee for McDonald's. You're not going to come in and say, hey, I'm going to do today I'm going to come in and just apply for a manager position with no degree, no history, never was a manager anywhere, no retail history before, and just say, hey, I'm just going to be the manager, guys. Hire me. It doesn't work like that. You have to come in, put in the work, and go up the steps. As you keep learning, within a year, you should be in a very good position. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay home waiting for that position to get it. You need to go out there and start on your jobs one step at a time. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Go to my website, CodingPhase.com. Links below, kids. All right. Love ya.